Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Thursday, January the 7th. Okay, let's start by looking at my positions and see what needs rollover or roll up or roll down in the way things are. Any of those things could be happening. So let's go to the watch list, current account positions, and in case you wonder how is that done, just click here and you'll see current account positions right off the bat. And it says here watch list. Then just organize them by symbol so we don't miss anything. Let's start with the ATVI and let's go to the Analyze tab. And here we are. Okay, as you can see here, we have the January the 8th expiring, and then we have the next week trades. Our delta here is negative. And I don't think we need to do anything here. Something wrong with my mouse here. Let's give it a second. Okay, let's look at the chart. And it's bullish today. And this looks bearish at the time, right now. Okay, I think we're just going to get out of this. There's nothing else. The rally must have cost us some of our profits, but okay, so how do we close then? Well, we have 4 legs, but there are different shapes and sizes, you name it. Okay, let's see if I say analyze closing. Let's, first of all, we could close the call side, and you can see 95 is my longs. Let's see, if we were to close just that, just a single call. We get 20 cents out of that, okay? Now, let's look at the chart. And then let's look at the trade here. Let's first of all get out of the call side. This is like a calendar, okay? Right there, a calendar. So if you don't close, then that 400 shares will be assigned. So I don't want to have to deal with that. So let's just close that. And then we have a put and 2 calls. We can close that as well separately, or we can close the whole thing as a unit. When we close things as a unit, then you probably get the better price. Okay, so let's analyze closing. Because we have 4 legs, we can do this way. We can't really close it as a double diagonal. So we go over here and we look for those options. Okay, let's start with this, January the 8th. Do I want to close it? Yes, because it's a call that is in the money. And here it is, position, see the line? And we have 4 calls, so we have to buy back 4. So let's click here on the ask. 1, press the control key, 2, 3, 4. Let's move on to the 15th. Pressing the control key, we're going to close the long calls. This time we're going to sell them. So we're going to click on the bid. So press the control key. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. It's really an exit the calendar. We can close the put side. and we have one put side. You know what? Let's leave this put out of the yeah, because that's probably only a few cents, and that's just going to complicate. It's only one. It's going to complicate my trade here. So let's now sell the calls. Press the control key and click on the bid 1 and 2. Okay, and then separately we're going to close our put for 27 cents. Okay, so we're going to get 66 cents for the position. Okay, let's do that. Create duplicate, 66, send that off, and we get $132, and then the put. Okay, the put got filled. The other, we wait and see if it opens. When you create duplicate, confirm and send, it tells you that we get a credit of $132. So no big deal. We could even keep those, couldn't we? We can keep those positions, but my calls will be assigned. Okay, let's move on to BABA here. And let's look at the chart. It's like the stock is moving sideways ways after a trendy downturn. I think it's going to make another low, but you know what? I don't really have confidence on that. Let's see. Yeah, we have the same issue as in the ATVI. We have only days to expiration here. Tomorrow, the shorts expire with a 290. So we're going to close the call side. I mean the put side. The call we can ignore. It would expire worthless. Okay, so let's do the put side. Again, we go analyze trade. And let's look at the really add simulated trade is what I want to do. And scroll until we hit the position here. Okay, you can see here that the call is practically worthless. So we're not going to touch that. We can do the put side. That's heavy, $61.55. Okay, so we want to close those puts by buying a pack. It's just one, so click on the ask one here. But we are also applying the same to the put here. Let's scroll down all the way to the January 5th, and we're going to sell the 220 put. Press the control key and just click on that, sell that, and we have a put at 290. 290. So we're going to close by just control and clicking once on the bid. And there it is. That closes my position. Okay, and then what I have left is 2 calls, January expiration. No big deal. You could even keep those, but let's close this. And we can sell that call here, that additional call. Or we can just close it as a position. Close the call side here. You get 10 cents for that. Okay, I'm gonna leave those alone. It's really pennies. You can consider the lottery tickets, but they're so far out of the money. I don't have any aspiration to get anything from it. You can get 8 cents out of that. Okay, how much is that? $16. Okay, we may as well get it. Wait a minute, do I have it open? Yeah, we can close just one, okay? One call, because confirm and send. And now we have a calendar, okay? Look at that. All right, let's move on. I don't really care. You can close it if you want. Calendar. Really, what we are closing here is the short. We get the 7 cents too. $7. And there it is. We are out of that. Let's move on to CMI, CMCSI. Okay, here is January 15th is the expiration. Is delta negative? The stock is rallying rather strongly here. I think it's going to go to the top. We can sell puts right now. Let's do this. Analyze rolling. And we can go to January 12th. February 12th, that is. And get 45 cents for that. And that's $410, $470 rather. And we can sell a put. Why not? It just made it positive. All I have to do is sell a put at the same strike price and same expiration as the calls. As the put that I have here, okay? So let's go to February the 5th, the 12th. And just click on the put here, bid, okay? You realize we have 20 puts here, okay? So we could sell one, that gives us 69 cents. Our deltas are made a little less dramatic. Let's sell 3, so it's delta positive, 4 even. Yeah, and that's neutralized. You remember, we want a little delta, even if it is 30, 20, that's fine. There's not too much. Once that calls are rollover, then it will be plenty delta positive. We always wanted a little delta positive. Okay, we'll see. Okay, that was 4 puts. Fantastic. We get some money back for that. And we wait for the February to fill. Let's move on to the TGX. Here we're going to have a rollover. This is the Seagull. We have 3 puts, 4 calls outstanding. Okay, let's do the rollover of the January calls. And the expiration will be, oh, no, we can't do that because we don't have a February in between weekly chart, weekly chain. Let's look at the chart. It feels like it wants to break out. We can't really do the calls because they are expiring next week. Okay, we're going to close this. Simply because we have no in-between options between January 15th and February 15th. So I don't want to end up with straddle or, yeah, I would end up with an uneven straddle. So let's just close this position. I don't see any advantage on modifying this trade. So we're going to buy back the shorts. Press the control key and click 8 times. We are going to sell the February 19th calls. And we have 12 of those. So press the control key and click on the bid 12 times. And for the puts, we just click on the bid only 3 times. Okay, and that's the risk graph. Ends up flat. That means we're taking care of everything. Confirm and set. Let's move on to the DHR. Okay, that looks good. The stock is rallying and we are at the edge, upper edge of our chart here. Yeah, I want to just simply roll it over. We have options expiration coming up on the 28th. I have to balance whether I think it's going to go into a new high, which I think it is, and the earnings coming up. Okay, I think I'm going to do the rollover, and by doing the rollover to February the 19th, I don't really have any earlier date. It makes it delta positive. And then next week, hopefully, we could be able to sell one of the calls and make it neutralize. If it rallies, it would be great. Let's go to Disney. Okay, January 22nd, we need to change nothing there. The LTR, nothing as well. The expiration is January the 29th. Facebook. We have this 295 calls. That's going to expire worthless tomorrow. And then tomorrow we could sell the February if I wanted to. If I wanted to come back. Okay, the February, let's say the call for February the 19th. No, I'm sorry, February the 5th call. I would sell that. Yeah. And then this guy will expire tomorrow. It's a little too bearish, negative 40, but if I don't do anything, it's more towards the neutrality. Do I think? Oh yeah, this is clearly this is a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe rallying here and breaking out. We'll have to see. I would suspect that. So I'm going to stay here where I am. This call will disappear on us tomorrow because it's 295. Perhaps then next week we could add the call if the stock rally, otherwise close the position. Logi, oh, that's fantastic. Okay, you see the smiley face here? Fantastic. We are above it, so we could take profits. Okay, I'm going to take profits by selling one call. Just selling the one call. It neutralizes my deltas, but I also have a rollover to do because this expires in next 8 days. Analyze rolling, meaning next week. Analyze rolling is a double diagonal, and when we do that, bingo, it turns positive again. Oh, we can sell 2 calls then. Okay, 53. But let's do the rollover first, and then we sell the calls that we need to sell. Let's wait until that gets filled. Let's go to Microsoft. January 29th, plenty of time for that. Let's leave it alone. Same with Qualcomm. That looks really good. I bet it's going to go over my smiley face. And yeah, and if it does, we will make money on that one, on the upside. Facebook, I have my put expiring tomorrow. And it's at 103. Okay, I'm concerned that the stock might want to go down. But what one could do would be to sell the February puts. Not calls, puts. And sell. Like that. Okay? But that looks risky right now because the stock is going down. Okay? So we can come back and see what to do tomorrow. Yeah. Or next week. We would be without the puts, without the short puts that would expire unless the stock goes below 100, in which case we'll end up with a stock. But this is what it would look like, at which time then we can sell additional calls, and then it goes back to more of a delta positive. So we could wait. DGX got filled. Let's look at that again. I'm sorry, what was that? DGX. Oh, I closed that. Yeah, that was close. Okay. Whew. I was looking weird. Okay, let's move on to... Yeah, so I was saying that the January would is about to get expired, worthless tomorrow, to which it would be a good reason to sell puts, February puts. But I don't want to do that because the stock is looking downish compared to other stocks. It might come down to test the Ichimoku cloud. So if that happens, then if we were to do the adjustment like selling puts only, look at that. It ends up being delta positive by too much. So I want to keep it here. It's more delta negative. Then tomorrow this will expire and then we can sell the put. And then it's more neutral. So let's wait until next week. Essentially is when it's going to happen. All right, let's move on to TJT. There's nothing to do here. We already took our profits. So this is January. These puts will expire tomorrow. And the long-term puts are zero value. So those are lottery tickets. Let's say some bad news come in and the stock, which is rallying strongly, would come down, then we'll, yeah, no, nothing to do there. Let's move on to UPS. And here is 22. We're nicely here at the smiley face, a little move to continue move to the downside, and we could make money. Okay, fine. That's all I have for today then. Let's go to the monitor tab and adjust my prices here to make sure that they get filled. ATVI does just cancel replace, lower it just a bit, 5 or so points, 3 to 5. This is a rollover here, CSI, that's Comcast. Cancel replace, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. DHR is a rollover. It's below the asking price. That should have filled. Cancel replace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with this. Cancel, replace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you keep doing that until they all get filled. Sometimes meeting by in some kind of increment so that you get the best possible price, I guess. But I won't bother you with the details. You know I will get those done. And I keep doing that, rotating them until they all get filled. So let's call it a day. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Please be sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Once you have done that, be sure to also click on the bell so you get a notification of future videos coming up in this channel. Be sure also to click like if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to share it with your friends and family. Thank you very much.